A major player leap is incoming for this Texans wide receiver, and this could have major implications on the depth of this wide receiver room and how good this offense can truly be. And we're going to give you all the details of what head coach DeMeco Ryans and CJ Stroud has said about him right here on Texans Digest. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Donovan Ricondo, and we appreciate you joining us, and we appreciate you guys helping us get to our goal of 2,000 subscribers. We're currently at 2016, which thank you very much. We really appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts here at Texans Digest, making this the best channel for Texans content on YouTube. Thank you so much. And we're going to get to the story for today, which is Xavier Hutchinson, as CJ Stroud, DeMeco Ryans have highlighted his abilities this off season. He has been a huge standout and quite a bit of a surprise in terms of how effective he has been for the Texans offense throughout the scrimmages, throughout practices, and how great he can be and how important this is to get this offense to where it needs to be for the Texans. For the Houston Texans, there's a handful of names to pick from when it comes to impressive camp standouts, but one that's caught notable attention for both head coach DeMeco Ryans and quarterback CJ Stroud is veteran wide receiver Xavier Hutchinson, who enters his third year with the Texans, seemingly off to a fiery start leading up to the season. I'm going to give you some of the quotes that have been said about him from DeMeco Ryans and CJ Stroud, starting first with CJ Stroud, as he talked about him in press the other day, saying, quote, "He looks comfortable, man. He looks like he's finding his own swag in the league. He's looked great. He's not falling on the ground every play. He's staying up. He's running great routes, catching the ball, getting yards after catch, reliable. Knows all of the plays, blocks well. He's coming into a really great vet. He's like a Swiss Army knife." And this quote from CJ Stroud has me excited, particularly because of what he said at the end there, the Swiss Army knife. One of the most important things for wide receivers is, yes, catching the ball. Being able to catch the ball and make plays is a great thing to have if you are a wide receiver. But what makes for some of the best wide receivers in the league is their versatility. If you can have a wide receiver that can do that, but also do great blocking and be able to adapt to different positions, go into motion, go ahead and do whatever needs to be done on the field, is a huge thing for a wide receiver. I think every team should have that wide receiver that is that guy that acts as that guy, that knows that that's kind of their role. We see it a lot with football all the time. So it's not necessarily their star wide receiver, right? Like teams are going to have their breakout guys like Jamar Chase, like Justin Jefferson, but you need guys that are going to get down to the nitty gritty and do what they need to do, such as a block. I think if you have a wide receiver that can catch the ball but also block and be able to provide opportunities for your fellow wide receivers and for your quarterback, that to me is the most important thing. Of course, yards after catch is very good. Being able to evade tackles, very great thing that he's showing out that he can do. But blocking to me is so important when we're talking about players that can make this team more versatile, and that is what I am seeing from Xavier Hutchinson. It's what CJ Stroud is seeing, and if CJ Stroud is seeing it, that is huge news. That is great news, and that can make this wide receiver core rather, much more dangerous for next season. Now, switching gears, what did DeMeco Ryans say about Xavier Hutchinson? How has he been performing under his eyes? And DeMeco Ryans also had some great things to say about Hutchinson, saying, quote, "Hutchinson, first year until now, he's just gotten better every year. He's shown what it looks like. When you put the work in and you're really deliberate about getting better and you want to get better at your craft, you can do that." That's what he represents. That's what he's done. And credit to him for putting the work in while no one's around. He's working all the time. It's a credit to him. It shows up. And now he's in a really good spot to help our team. And that last part right there, he's in a really good spot to help our team, pretty much tells me that his roster spot for this team is pretty much locked and loaded. They see what he has been able to do. He has made improvements to his game, and he is going to be able to be a helpful hand, to be someone that we're actually going to use for our offense next season. The past couple of years, it's been kind of like here and there where he's been able to contribute. Most of our reliance has been on Nico Collins, has been on Tank Dell. Last year, a little bit also with Stephon Diggs, with a limited amount of time that he was able to play for us. So we kind of had a kind of a backseat in terms of all those guys out there on the field. But now he is up for a bigger role for this offense, which I think is a great thing to have. CJ Stroud being able to rely on him and another guy for your wide receiver team is a great thing for him as well. So we're going to give you some more of an updated look at the depth chart for the Houston Texans, especially after the huge trade of John Mechie III just a few days ago, trading him to the Philadelphia Eagles for a tight end. So this is kind of what it looks like right now. We got Nico Collins, Xavier Hutchinson, Quintez Cephas, who we recently signed to, hopefully get a roster spot for him as well. Competitiveness is always key for any NFL team. You also have Christian Kirk. You have Jalen Noel, Braxton Berrios, Xavier Johnson, Jaden Higgins, Justin Watson, and Daniel Jackson. Now, are all these guys going to be on the team come week one? No. Right? As many of us know, for those of you that need a reminder, most teams will keep 6 wide receivers on the active roster, but will only dress maybe like 5 for the game unless the 6th player is a warrior on special teams. This allows the coaching staff to line up in 4 wide formations without losing speed or talent. And this 6 number is kind of a give or take number, right? It is something that is not strictly adhered to, but 6 is around where we should be kind of expecting, right? So when you see these wide receivers, Nico Collins, I feel like that is a for sure one as well. Christian Kirk, NFL veteran. And then you also have guys else there, Jaden Higgins, you have Xavier Hutchinson, Jalen Noel. You have guys that we've invested in that can help claim their spots for this roster. And so, again, long way to go until week one. It's going to be competitive. I like that it's going to be competitive because that is what makes for good teams. Seeing these guys go out there compete and seeing guys like Xavier Hutchinson standing out for his team and cementing his spot here on this roster is a great thing to have. And it's good for a guy like Xavier Hutchinson, who is entering his 3rd year, a very show me year, what you can do in the NFL. And he has been showing everybody. Landry Locker was at training camp about a week ago talking about how he was the best offensive player on the field early in a scrimmage last week. Long reception on a post from CJ Stroud and a 30-plus yard touchdown off a beautiful boot and toss from Davis Mills. And so he has been putting in the work, and he has shown to a lot of people that he is going to be someone who is going to be a threat offensively, which was never really a thing the past 2 years. And so that is a huge, significant gain for the Houston Texans. If they can get someone else out there that's not Christian Kirk, that's not named Nico Collins, Tank Dell obviously injured, to get that 3rd guy who's going to be that kind of Swiss Army knife, is going to be your wild card factor of your wide receiver core, to me is such a huge thing. And with CJ Stroud being so happy about his play so far, and DeMeco Ryans being very, very high on him, that instills a lot of confidence in me and into all Texans fans. And so that is very, very exciting in terms of that. And so I want you guys to let me know in the comments what you think about Xavier Hutchinson's training camp so far, his offseason, and what you expect for him to do this season, what you expect for his numbers to be. I don't expect anything necessarily crazy. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he is going to have a pretty big year, his biggest year in the NFL yet. That is to come this year, and hopefully it all starts week 1 against the Los Angeles Rams. As many of you know, that the Houston Texans are preparing for every single day, taking it one game at a time. But let me know in the comments, and of course, if you have not subscribed and you want to stay in the loop about your favorite H-Town team, this is the channel for you. So go ahead, hit that bell below. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time on Texans Digest.